Hi, good day. I'm Okeke Blessing Ngozi, a fourth year student of FUTA, Federal University of Technology, Akure, currently studying industrial mathematics, learning and interning here at ZACRAC. By this time last year, I don't think I saw myself here. I did not even know I'll be here, but relationship with people and exposure research is brought me here. Like I stated earlier, I'm an industrial mathematics student at FUTA. I'd always wanted to be an actuary for my year one in school. And let me give a brief detail about what being an actuary means. Actuarial science is basically about taking data and making conclusion based on institutions, based on finances, financial insurance. So I'd always been on the verge of I want to be an actuary. I want to study actuarial science after school. Industrial mathematics is just a stepping stone. After school, I want to venture into actuarial science full time. Then, along while making research about the course, I noticed data science happened to be an integral path in actuarial science. That it's compulsory for you to lay hands on softwares, compulsory for you to know how to work with data. And I don't just want to leave school like that without having one or two of this. I just don't want to leave school with just the theoretical knowledge of mathematics alone. I want to be able to do one or two things, like lay my hands on one or two things. So the outside world or the labor market, I won't just be blank when going into the labor market. Then thankfully for me, I was able to meet with one or two persons and they introduced me to ZACRAC. I want to discuss it with the lecturer who told me, okay, one of his students is running a particular program here, gave me his contacts. I met with person and here I am. And honestly, this has been like the best decision I've taken in my 4 years in school so far. Like my best decision because I'm like, oh, I've always wanted this and I really can't believe I'm here. I've always seen programming as something that is hard or something that is that technical. But coming to ZACRAC and having spent over 3 months, close to 4 months here, I must say that it has changed my perspective about it. It has made that big thing I was seeing very little. In fact, sometimes I still feel I've not gotten. I keep asking in class, is that all? Like when I get to some particular stage doing classwork, doing project, I'll be like, sir, is that all? Like yes, like is this all about this? Like yes, like wow. So this is this. I did not see myself doing this basically, but here I am, and I don't have any regrets so far. But I wished I knew better. Probably I would have been doing this for a long time. I don't mind coming back to enroll until I'm done with school. Yes, like I already stated, my expectations be able to work on real life data because I want to be an actuary and I'm working with data. Though actuarial science is focused on a particular path, data science can take conclusions and references based on both non-numerical data and both numerical data. But actuarial science, basically, their conclusions are drawn from numerical data alone. It's basically a financial institution that does just insurance. So coming here, having insight on both numerical and non-numerical data with the computing knowledge I've gained from here using softwares like Excel, Python. In fact, I can't believe I can export data, being able to know when to import your data, how to import your data set, how to export and send to various platforms, able to do questionnaires with your Google form, interpret my data as well, not just working on your data, but working on your data and being able to interpret it where things I've always wanted to do. And here I am doing them. But most people are like, are you sure you did it within a couple of this month? Like, yes, I never had any knowledge about this before. This is my first time. Some person like is a lie. Like I never had any idea about it. It's my first time and here I am. I'm doing pretty good so far. Well, excluding the project we're working on our final project, all other data have been given to us by our tutor, in which they are what we call primary and secondary data. So far we've been making use of secondary data, but for our projects, we've been asked to make use of primary data, which we are still working on. With secondary data we've worked with so far, been able to work with data with the dots, with the comma delimited, with the Excel, importing them using the PD dots, read Excel, use your PWD, your working file directory with your work, importing them, changing values in a column in the data frame to what you want. For example, if male and female, or in a particular column you're having 0 and 1, can change the 0 to smokers, the 1 to non-smokers, get working with correlation. You can even do your correlation without even having to go through the whole stress of writing the whole formula of your correlation. There are method in our Python program that enables us to run correlation, to check if a data is normalized, to check normalization of your data, how to normalize your data, do your data visualization, work on your data visualization, view what you are working on, not just seeing the numerical thing, like see them. Seeing, like when you have like tons of data, like 1,000 data entries, but just having them on a particular chart, and you can easily tell, okay, this is bigger than this, obviously, with what you're seeing. So you just make things and make life easier, not having to do things one by one, things that will take you have to do manually for like days, weeks, and months. Within a twinkle of an eye, you're done, and that's it. So far it's what we've been able to do in class. Okay. I think last week or so, I was talking with a mentor, like, okay, I'll soon be done with ZACRAC. I don't just want this to leave, because there's a saying that whatever you leave for long, even if you're going to come back to it, might not be that, or it might not be as efficient as you were with it. You don't leave space for long in a particular thing you're involved in. So my plan after ZACRAC, due to the fact that I'll be running my final year in school, and I won't want to like take all my attention from school. Basically, that's my primary goal. Irrespective of the fact that I'm here, I'll still need my degree to attain some heights in conjunction with what I'm doing now. So I won't want one to suffer for the other. So I plan intending looking for a remote job, a remote company, a company remotely to intern for. I won't be working, but I have to do work. The workload might be too much. So basically, I look for a company to intern with. So I'll just keep up with it, working with their data, keep advancing my knowledge. Because one thing about software and this thing is, the more you lay your hands on projects, the more knowledge and insights you get about it. Everything solely can be taught in class, but the benefit of coming to class or having someone put you through all of this is that you'll be able to work with the interface well. You know the do's and don'ts of that particular interface. But when you lay your hand on projects and you make researches on your own, you gain more insights and you get good and better at what you're doing. ZACRAC. Honestly, I don't think I would forget ZACRAC in a jiffy. In fact, as far as my career is concerned, I think I would always live to remember ZACRAC. It's a big opportunity. A big thank you to Mr. Wale for the scholarship opportunity. It's not easy to get such treatments with such amount of money, honestly. In fact, even some persons that pay much more don't get as, or did not get, or they don't get as much as we do here in ZACRA. Really thought from the scratch. So if you're having the fear of, oh, I don't know this at all, just calm down. ZACRAC is the place you should be. You don't have to be at a particular level before you can enroll and get what you want here at ZACRAC. I can't vouch for any other place, so I'm not telling you to go and learn data science elsewhere and you don't have it. You're telling me you don't get it. But here at ZACRAC, we basically taught from the scratch. Yes, if at even your previous knowledge might just be okay, just hold it now. These are the things we need. Here at ZACRAC, you get your information, your knowledge from the scratch. Just like building a house. They start from the foundation for getting to the heights they want you to get. So ZACRAC is a place to be. Big shout out to my tutor, Mr. Ayemi. Honestly, it's not easy. Having to work with different persons from different background, being able to cope with each and every one of them, meeting with their needs, and being able to like bring them, probably get to their level so everybody can be at par at the level you want them to be. Being able to inculcate knowledge into each and every one of them. A big shout out to him. But sometimes we frustrate him, but he just keeps up with the work. ZACRAC is a place to be. Big shout out to the management, all staffs. They all work tirelessly. But sometimes I see them run around for our course. Like, how much did we even pay? Honestly, it's a place to be. I I really wish and hope that in years to come, Zaka could be very, 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 very great. They have gotten to the heights they want to get to because the thing they've impacted in us. It's something we would always live to remember for. And we are grateful for the opportunity. Mr. Bole, you are not here. We are very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you, ZACRAC. Thank you, staffs of ZACRAC. Thank you, Mr. Yemi. Thank you, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you, everyone. But for our project, Mr. Gabriel has been very, very helpful. And another thing again I forgot to mention, when it comes to projects and all, because majority of us are yet to lay our hands on projects, like real life projects, but with ZACRAC, being able to like know what it feels like, what is expected of us. So it's not just about coming to know how to use softwares. They try to like mold us and like reshape our life into what is expected of us as, let me put, as data scientists. Yes, because there are levels to this. There are data analysts, data entry, there are data engineers. But as data scientists, the things we need to know, like they rounded us, they formed each and every one of us. So that's that about ZACRAC. Thank you.